Well, Vinalhaven is a town located on an island off the coast of Rockland, Maine. Uh, Vinalhaven is about 1,200 people year-round and about 4,200 in the summer.
Well, we're on an island that is 12 and a half miles out to sea with no land bridge. So our options for getting a patient to definitive care are to use a fixed wing airplane, flies to the mainland, meet another ambulance service, takes the patient to the hospital, or life flight if the situation warrants it, or our main state ferry service. We use the ferry, which is an hour and a half trip, and then another 20 minutes to the hospital. So it's a long way.
As a geographically isolated location, practice of medicine really kind of changes in the way that we're able to do things. We become much more adept at clinical problem solving. And because we're an island location, we take care of the emergencies that arise whenever that happens. So our medical providers are really called upon to go above and beyond what their role would be over on the mainland.
Being a small service, not ununique to any other, that a call volume isn't that high, so we don't get to experience a lot of different types of runs. When we have to make those challenging calls, it's very imperative that we're at the top of our game. So training is a huge part of that.
This idea came up about a year ago out here on Vinalhaven. In addition to being the medical director here, I'm also the medical director of the EMS service. And I had heard several times that there was some communication stuff going on between team members and providers that we could probably improve on. What we ended up doing was to bring a simulator out last year and to start that process. We were so successful that there was no question that we were coming back this year. And this year we've actually been able to take it a lot further along the line and become much more sophisticated in the simulations we have run.
Simulation in situ is when you use high fidelity simulation in the learner's natural environment. So in this case at Vinalhaven, because we were working with emergency medical personnel as well as the island medical staff, we brought the simulators to the island for them to be able to practice their skills and their communication.
I think it's a great program. I think we utilized it last year, and this is the second year into it. So it's good to see year to year how this has changed a little bit, and kind of what we're trying to focus on, and I think what the presenters of the program are focusing on.
I think one of the best parts about the SimMan is that we are doing some very concentrated training in a few days. So one of the things we have to do to fulfill our requirements for recertifications are we have trainings every month. We've made them longer because we have to have increased hours. But it's hard to pull together this kind of lifelike scenario that we've been running. And I think they're very, very helpful to us. What we've been able to do with this round of them is that different EMTs have been taking the lead on different calls. So even if they're not in their comfort zone, it's a practice to do this without it being a real person, and hopefully build some confidence for when they are the only person that responds or they're the lead person for some other situation.
The big advantage of having professionals do their simulation in situ, again, is that they're working with their own equipment, they're working with their own processes, as well as their own resources. One of the things, in addition to making their skills sharper, is that they're able to look at the processes of how they deal with patients in emergencies and be able to see, do those processes work? Is there equipment that needs to be changed or revised or replaced for the emergencies that they might encounter?
I think the University of New England really does want to be the medical school for Maine. Part of what that means is that we use our resources to benefit folks in the state. Our focus is increasingly on rural medicine and how to improve rural practice, and this is a great tool to take out there. It's a great thing that we can provide. We're really fortunate to be able to do this and to do it in a way that's as challenging and sophisticated as it really is.